What's up guys? Today we're going to be looking at the new Kingz Kimono backpack. So guys, if you checked out my old video, I had an old video back in 2018 going over my last backpack purchase, the tatami backpack. You guys can check that video out here. Since it's been so long, I was thinking, hey man, maybe I should try and get a new backpack. You know, that one's kind of looking a little rough around the edges, and you know, I want to step up my style game. Let me just start off by saying I'm not sponsored by Tatami or Kingz Kimono. I am sponsored by the Short Guy Guard, so if you guys want to check out the Short Guy Guard, that's a great way to support the channel. What really stood out to me, what really made me want to buy this bag, like the aesthetics of the bag, it looks really cool. It's got the Kingz Kimono logo, and it's got this cool yellow zipper pocket that just really stands out. You know, it looks very aesthetic to me, and you know, this pocket is pretty useful. I think I was able to fit my phone. I have iPhone XR. I was able to fit in there, and maybe like a little clipper kit, so you know, for your nails and stuff. I can fit that in there. So that was kind of cool. I really like this addition to the pocket, to the bag. I thought it was really cool. They had this secondary pocket. It's got a decent room. Like I could store stuff in this pocket. And it's got the mesh siding on this. It's hard to see, but it's got mesh siding on this part too. You could use this as your wet pocket. That was one big detail I loved about the tatami bag. It had that big wet pocket on the bottom. So you know, you take all your stuff with you in the top, and then you train, and then you don't put the wet stuff back in the top. You put it on the bottom, separate from everything else. I did want to see if it'll fit my laptop. So let's see, I got a 13-inch MacBook. Let's see if this thing will fit in here. And it actually fits in that secondary pocket, but I'm not trusting my MacBook in this little pocket with no zipper on there. That ain't gonna happen. So I'm sure it'll fit in the top main pocket. Some other things that stood out to me. This is a roll top. So it has a little strap here, little clip. You hit that, and then it rolls out. And so that was kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see the mesh. I think this is a great idea. You could really pack a lot of stuff in here pretty easily. You can pack a lot of stuff down in there. And then it's got a zipper on the other side. So, you know, you can actually just slide in a lot of stuff, you know, your gi, or maybe your belt, some other stuff, some change of clothes and stuff like that. The only downside is the roll top. It's kind of hard to, doesn't really stay tucked in. So when I go to roll it down, maybe I'm not doing it quite correctly, but I felt like that was kind of tough for me, especially when you start moving. So like I can get it rolled down pretty easily, but as soon as you start shaking and stuff, you see how that starts to unravel. I think I can tighten the top down a little bit, but it just adds more steps. Like I can't do this fast at all. Like I can't do it now. I'm not gonna do it. So I first saw the bag, and man, it looked really cool, you know, very stylish, very amazing. And so when I got the bag, the first thing that stood out to me was the mesh on the side. So I know it's very hard to see. I'll put it in some better lighting, but this bag had a lot of mesh. Actually, the sides of the bag are covered in mesh. So it's almost impossible to see. I placed a black gi in this bag to make it harder to see. And that's also what I think they did in their marketing efforts. In the marketing, I'll post some pictures of the marketing stuff they had. I think they had black gis or black material in there, so you couldn't see the mesh. And so I was really disappointed in that. I really wanted this to be like a replacement to my tatami bag. But then to see that, hey man, this has got mesh all over the place. I think that's okay for a jiu-jitsu bag, but like say like a work bag or school bag or something, like man, if you don't want people looking in your bag, man, you can't use this thing. So that was a big disappointment for me. It had the mesh on both sides. Pretty much that's the bag. It's just like mesh on both sides. So I was really, I want to say, I was pretty disappointed. I saw that, I was like, oh man, I was happy to see the bag come, and then I saw the mesh on the side. I was like, oh dang, I can't use this bag no more. So that really stood out to me. Some other things. No, another thing I really didn't like, they had this secondary pocket, but it's Velcro. And so I really didn't like that, guys. Like, You can hear it popping off, but I can't lock this pocket down. You know, if I'm traveling, I really want to make sure everything is zippered up, and this just pops open. If you're not careful, you might not be able to clip the Velcro down very easily. So I'm kind of worried like that'll wear out pretty quickly. So I definitely would have preferred some type of zipper pocket. And then again, it's got the mesh siding on this. It's hard to see, but it's got mesh siding on this part too. But this is it's still attached, you know, like the mesh from this side pocket is right next to the other mesh. So, and it's smaller, so you can't really, maybe some no-gi gear you could pack into there, but not much more than that. You know, you can't pack a gi in here. It's impossible. I did a very short test. I put one gi, one E2 gi in here, my belt. I don't know who product tested this thing, so you know, I packed so much stuff in my gi, my bag. So the tatami bag, I was able to put like 2 gis in there and some other stuff, no gi stuff, boxing gloves, etc., etc. Not always at the same time, but I could pack, you know, all day, all my stuff into that bag for like the whole day of training. One thing I noticed with this bag, like the straps are they're okay, you know, a little bit of padding. I kind of like that. One thing I really noticed, I don't know if you guys will see it. Let me change my clothes real fast. Okay. So I changed my clothes real fast, and what you guys will see is that, you know, I'm pretty wide, pretty stocky, and so the more stuff I pack into this bag, the more the straps kind of ride back up onto my shoulders. See how they start going down the shoulders, the more weight I have. And one thing, I don't know why they didn't do this, usually you have straps on your back, on the shoulders here, that you can connect, and that, man, you know, especially if you got like a lot of weight in these bags, or you're at a tournament, you're standing up and you gotta carry a lot of stuff the whole day. And it's easy for me to snap those little straps together. With this one, look, you got a lot of weight. First off, the straps, they have, I think, a little bit more padding, but also it kind of rests a little bit more narrow on my shoulders, closer on my shoulders. So it, you know, it won't pull me back and start to slide off. Even if it does start to slide off, look, you have these little straps, boom, it's on you, right? So overall, I don't think this is gonna replace my Tatami Omega bag. I just remembered the name, guys, somehow. Tatami Omega bag. I don't think it's going to replace that bag just yet, so I'm going to have to keep looking at other bags. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll do a product review for you. Some other things that I didn't like, they did not put a lot of information. So like, you don't know how much this bag holds. So typically, like with bags, they'll show you how much the bags can hold in like liters. Yeah, so they'll let you know how much the bags can hold in like liters, but with this bag, there was really not that much information. And so that's not just for Kingz Kimono. A lot of these jiu-jitsu brands, they don't put as much information about their bags. And so I think that's why videos like these are very helpful to show you, so you don't waste your money and buy these bags without knowing like what they can hold or anything. Like the mesh, like I didn't see anything about the mesh. Like that should have been on all their marketing stuff, like everywhere. Like, hey, this is made up mostly out of mesh, guys. I probably would not have purchased the bag if I had known that was the case. So that was kind of misleading. I think going forward, jiu-jitsu brands, hey, just be upfront with your customer base, your clients. Let them know like, hey, this is how much the bag holds. This is what the bag is made out of. This is the pockets that the bag has. I think aesthetically, it was a good looking bag. Like, man, it looks good. Like, that's why I purchased it. I saw this bag and I was like, man, that looks cool. That might be my new bag. Unfortunately, it's not the case. That ain't gonna be my new bag. But I think if you just need a little bag to carry stuff and maybe to the gym or to training, it's not too bad. It's just, I don't think it will really work outside of that little niche there. It's not gonna be like a good travel bag or a bag you take to a tournament or a bag you take to school or to work. It's just so many limitations, you know. If they just make some small improvements, like, hey, putting actual panels on the side instead of the mesh and adding more pockets with zippers, maybe a clip on with the straps, man, that would improve the bag, you know. That would be worth the $60 of this bag. If you guys like this video, make sure to subscribe. You know, I always forget to ask people to subscribe. I kind of hate when people ask me to subscribe. Usually I just feel like, hey, if your content's good, hey, that makes me want to subscribe. So also make sure to follow me on my other social media, Instagram. I be popping on there, and I post a little bit more videos on there and more like techniques. If you guys want to check that out. And that's it, guys. Until next time, peace out. Peace, 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 and ciao.